So we just very recently saw a very unfortunate event, a tragedy, where someone tried to attack innocent people at their place of worship. Only unlike the way it usually plays out, in this particular case, down in Texas, the parishioners were prepared and they responded. And one gentleman who was, by everyone's account, myself included, a hero, responded very quickly and very well, and he put the attacker down. I don't want to use the gentleman's full name. I don't know how he feels about, wanting his privacy and wanting to just be left alone, but I certainly respect that. But, Mr. Wilson, who is the gentleman who took one heck of a shot, definitely deserves some praise. And I've been curious in the days following that. It's like, I've been curious how far the shot was, because it's hard to tell in video. And I did some analyzing of the photograph based on the distance between pews, and on average, pews back to back to back are at least 36 inches, maybe a little bit more. So I just ballparked that they're a yard apart, and then I tried to use the distance of the pews between him and the attacker to guesstimate how far away he probably was. And my guess is very, very unscientific and probably not terribly accurate, but I'm estimating that somewhere between 11 and 15 yards. So I'm going to use 13 as an average. Well, it is reported that Mr. Wilson was using a gun just like this one, a SIG Sauer P229 chambered in 357 SIG. Now this happens to be the Legion. I don't know that he was using a Legion, but he was using a P229 chambered in 357 SIG, just like this. So I have a steel hostage target 13 yards downrange, and the white square you see that flaps back and forth is a good target for this type of question that I have in my mind. How hard is it to make that shot? Oh, and let me add one very important thing. The SIG Sauer P229 is a double action, single action, hammer fired gun. That means the first shot is a double action shot. He took only one shot. So I'm presuming, unless I were to learn, unless I learn otherwise, unless I learn that he thumb cocked that hammer during that very nice, fast and smooth draw, which I don't believe he probably did, he took that shot double action. So that's what I'm going to try. How hard is it to make that shot with this gun and this ammo? This is SIG Sauer Elite Performance ammunition. It is 125 grain full metal jacket, and it is traveling at 1,356 feet per second. Okay, so load the gun, drop the hammer. That's the way you would carry this gun, with the hammer down. I have a funny feeling that Mr. Wilson is a much better shooter than I am. So let me see how I can do. 13 yards, double action. All right. Well, there you go. One shot, one hit. That's all it takes. I don't know, I would be hard pressed to think of a better gun to have on your hip when you need it in an emergency than this one. So, a fine choice, a fine shot.